everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Righto, I am reading on nothing I had noted down last night. Today, I actually had, I was going to have a look at the seven objects that were circulating 3i Atlas as it has come out from behind the sun, but I might pop that down for another day, perhaps tomorrow, because events, or even the day after, because events are absolutely overtaking at the moment. The unraveling has picked up momentum, but just be aware this is the time when the fading misogynistic dictatorships are their most dangerous because they are desperately trying to hold on to control and are becoming, trapped skunks in the corner, or possums. If you know what a trapped possum's like, you'll know what I'm talking about. So entertainment only. What I want to have a look at in this particular reading, if you get a chance and you're in the right areas, apparently the auroras are absolutely magnificent. I missed it last night. I'm hoping it's still around tonight. Hoping might wander down to the beach and see if I can see it. A lot of photographs come out the following day, but I suspect they use sort of special light cameras, and because I must admit I have gone when the photos have come out in the past and gone, look at this aurora, and I've gone, and I raced out to a landmark to have a look, and you can't see anything. You can see maybe a little pink tinge on a very, very, very low horizon. A lot of the times the photographs come out and what they're actually using is special cameras that absorb the light and have open shutters for a long time. But hey, if you got the opportunity, go and have a look. And the further north and the further south you are, the better your chances of seeing them with the naked eye will be. Okay, what I want to and interestingly enough, I'm not going to pull the card out, but when I did the reading the other day on 3, and I always see it as 3i Atlas, and Atlas is the Titan god that held up the heavens. So, quite apt really as a name for it, third eye and holding up the heavens. I had the Void card from my Starseed Oracle deck, which is over there, and a couple of my beautiful viewers pointed out afterwards that 3i Atlas, if it stays on its current trajectory, is heading towards a solar system that had been birthed, was young, and then for reasons unexplained can no longer be seen. So I by telescopes, etc. So I was getting that that 3i Atlas will be passing through a portal, and that will be really interesting. And it's got these outer probes circling it as well. So really, really fascinating stuff. The more information that's coming out, the more it points to not being a comet. And Dr. Jennifer Lisa Vest is keeping a really, really good, knowledgeable commentary and eye on what is happening on both the scientific and also the spiritual levels. So pop over and visit Dr. Jennifer Lisa Vest if you're interested. But what I want to have a talk about in this particular reading, 4 minutes and still burbling, using the Golden Universal Tarot. No, it is not a money reading. I am going to have a look at Rockland County. So Election Alliance has put out, Election Truth Alliance has put out a video overnight talking about the discovery that is being presented for a ruling. I think it's 29th of November, I saw yesterday or thereabouts, that the judge is to make a ruling on Rockland County's electors' request for dismissal of the case, because it's bringing into question Rockland County election officials, holding them to account. Now, apparently, there were 42 requests 42 items requested as part of the discovery. Only 2 were actually provided. This is from Rockland County to Election Truth Alliance. Now, Rockland County was supposed to supply all 42, but only 2 were actually provided, or 2 of the requests met. And so therefore the county did not comply with the requirements of discovery. Huge red flag, because them's that have nothing to hide, hide nothing. Me, open book. I can't see the point of lying, because I couldn't remember what it's easier to remember the truth and do be truthful, because then you can't get caught out with a lie. Okay, so apparently didn't the discovery requests were not met, the majority of them, 40 out of 42. Not met, or not met fully. There might have been some little snippets of some of them. Right, so the one that's really important wasn't met was including the documentation of the chain of custody of the security logs and the keys and the software, etc., for the voting machines and for the votes themselves. So apparently the voting machine passwords were sent home in a little bag alongside the actual keys to get into the voting machines, after the Rockland County officials had done their course on their how-to course. So what apparently the passwords and the keys were sent home in little packages. So therefore, not only did you have the keys, you had the password as well. So there was no separation of the keys and passwords. However, there's no actual log of chain of custody of these items themselves. So apparently all the passwords, not just in Rockland County, but in other counties, for every machine was the same. So theoretically, they were supposed to have changed the passwords. It's like, when you get a new computer and your password's 1234 and you're automatically prompted to create a new password. Nope, no new password. They just kept 1234, or it might have been password 1, or it might, that sort of thing. So no, apparently all the machines, hundreds of them, had exactly the same password. Now, on the day of the November the 5th, apparently the keys and passwords were kept together, again, without any chain of custody log for them. So who knows who had what passwords and what keys where. Now, apparently the machines were also supposed to be individually tested to make sure that they were functioning correctly, and apparently over 30% of the machines were never tested, and of the other 70% of the voting machines, they were tested by the suppliers. They are actually supposed to be tested by independent poll workers, no, tested by the suppliers of the machine. So what happened there as well is that the machine testing documents that said yes, it passed the test, were either not signed and or not dated. So it could have been printed out yesterday. Not signed and not dated. Just basically saying yes, complied, yes, complied, yes, complied, but not signed, dated, not tested by independent sources. And there is just so much that is wrong about what happened. So what also Rockland County have put forward as part of their evidence is that the state versus county reporting of the final result numbers is different for the county, as in the votes for the orange twerp. Apparently the votes for Harris matched, but the votes for the orange twerp did not match by about 700 votes or something along 800 votes, something along those lines. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a significant amount, and it does show that something underlying is not right. Now, even with the disputed votes, Harris would not have won Rockland County. This is not about overturning the results as to who won that particular county. It's about proving that there are anomalies, that there is potential manipulation, that there is potential fraud, that's pretty much what this case is about. And the other one in Pennsylvania as well. Entertainment only. This reading, if you get a chance to donate to Election Truth Alliance, knowing that money is tight at the moment, they are doing an amazing job, and I would love to see they are doing an amazing job. The strength is on their side. I would love to see a major donor step up and say, look, here's $50 million, go for it. So all we can do is hope that somebody steps forward in that regard, even if it was anonymous. If you win lottery tonight, I've got my something as amazing as going to happen today mug with, it's empty, peppermint tea's all gone. Yeah, so yeah, if you know, however, if you haven't got $50 million, $5 would make a huge difference as well, because every single one of us is a drop in the ocean. But I want to have a look. Rockland County, so this new information's come out. It's not new to them, but it's new to us, that 40 out of the 42 discovery requests were not met or met incomplete. And that included chain of custody for the security logs and the software and the keys and the passwords, etc. Was not supplied. From what they can work out, the machines were not independently tested to be complying as true. Okay, let's have a look. Come on down. I don't know what that was that flung on the floor, but this is the one that absolutely decided to go for a race. Wow. Ace of Cups. Emotionally overwhelming. Big cleansing coming here. I keep getting that Rockland County is the lighter that lights the fuse that goes to the big keg of dynamite. Okay, I don't know where this reading's going to go. Let's have a look. Challenged by loss, heartbreak, treason, betrayal. The regime will do everything it can to shut this case down. But I think what this case is going to show is this is a cleansing of the truth. You've got the Dove of Peace coming here, dropping a coin into the cup. The presentation, so it's all been put out there. The chalice, okay, so the everything's been put out there by Election Truth Alliance. They've presented to the judge everything. The challenge to this is going to be betrayal, truth, heartbreak, despair, treason. But this could also be with the challenge is those moneyed individuals down the bottom there. Goodness me, it doesn't half look like Shady on a bad shave day. They're really scared of this. They're really scared of the truth showing treason. Now, I use the word treason loosely. I don't mean the Constitution version of treason. I'm just meaning treasonous against the people of the United States. In the past, out in the cold, locked out. Don't like that card, the energy that they're... locked out from the discovery. Thank you. So the energy that this case is in is they're trying to hamstring Election Truth Alliance by locking them out from the discovery. Okay, thank you. In the past, I suspect orders have come down from the White House. This is work going on at the White House itself or in the regime. Crowning this reading, this is about vote flipping. Vote flipping or vote manipulation. I don't know that the Rockland County election committee has a leg to stand on. They're standing on one leg. So let's see where this goes. The situation has been looked at from a different point of view. The judge has to rule on this. We've got the world card having world implications, but this could be bringing a cycle to an end. I'm going to ask a more specific question in a minute, but we'll just run this one through. As the orange twerp is eyeballing off the United States. Okay. Restriction. It could be imprisonment. Internally restriction. Right. Prosecution. Hopes and fears. Right. Plan coming to fruition to expose the abuse of power, connections to Russia potentially. Not all has yet been revealed with that Queen of Cups. And I think they've got it. They're bringing it to show the connections. We the people with the King of Cups. And we've got here receiving the instruction. There is going to be a trail, a vote trail that will reveal all the secrets. So I am going to ask the actual question. We've got Election Truth Alliance bringing it, and a decision needs to be made. But here is the ruling, and it is for the best of democracy. It's going to present a harsh truth in regards to the votes, and the votes are going to have to be looked at again with the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, and there might expose some that perhaps weren't counted, and some that may have been flipped through manipulation. And then you've got being forced to retreat in the face of the devil, and then we've got heartbreak, loss, despair, or just loss, emotional loss. How you guys in the United States can trust your voting system after what's happened, I just don't know. There must be awful distrust. It doesn't mean don't vote. Okay, I've got a ruling here to shine a light in the dark. So I think the Election Truth Alliance are going to win. Now, guaranteed it'll go to an appeal. You could put money on that. But let's have a look. Is the judge going to rule in favour of Election Truth Alliance for just for a closer look at the Rockland County votes? I'm getting they're not even going to come with the same figure. I think there's votes that have been disposed of, ballot papers that have been disposed of, and I think if there is a hand vote, it's not even going to match either of the official state or country final, state or county final results either. Show me. First of all, is the judge going to rule in favour of Election Truth Alliance? Right, here we've got the manifestation. The challenge is not everything being revealed. Loss at the base, the energy that they're stewing in the past. Restriction, this could be because of the lack of discovery. And then you've got moderation at the top. A victory, but it might be an uncomfortable victory, shining a light in the dark in regards to the votes. Sorry if I'm not naming the cards. I'm just very much a visual storyteller. Right, plan and what now the ship's got to come in. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune turning in regards to the abuse and lies, and then we've got the new journey. I think it is going to. I think it's going to because of the Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, and the new journey here. And then stuck in the middle, we've got this betrayal, abuse of power, win at any cost, deceit, stealing type card. You've got Six of Swords moving forward with this case. It's to do with the future, to do with the past, and it is about the county's votes. You've got Russia, inability to harvest, mercenary actions, the page, and then the ace. Vote, 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 vote. This could be also the birth of something new that will expose. But, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, we the people. And you've got this unbalanced contract that had gone on that's going to get revealed, and it's a big wake-up call. I think the judge is going to rule in favour of Rockland County, but Election Truth Alliance, is the Rockland County. I mean, we had the fake electors in the in 2020. Goodness me. So yes, the judge I think is going to rule in favour of Election Truth Alliance. Is Rockland County electors going to appeal? Are they going to appeal? How's this going to go for the Rockland County electors? Oh boy. Blame game is going to start with the Five of Wands, because their challenges, stepping off the cliff. They did what they were told, and it's just going to end in a nightmare for them. But it can also be uncharted territory, new beginning is their challenge, new journey. Okay, could be they got paid handsomely for what they did. I hope it was worth it. In the past, we've got the Russian playbook, crowning this reading. Could also be mercenary actions, but I think this is trying to stop information about the votes coming out. There's that Page of Pentacles again. The immediate future, again, I think they're just going to look to see whether it was worth it. Here's secrets being revealed externally, internally finding themselves cast adrift and out in the cold, and the Ten of Swords and the hopes and fears, and we've got Fool's Gold, big information. This could also be votes, we the people, and the truth being brought forward. Looking at the next step with the plan, Six of Pentacles, trying to slow it down. Those on the inner sanctum with that Three of Cups, it's just going to be a nightmare situation for them as more and more information comes out. They had received their instructions in secret with that Three of Pentacles. And then we've got the unbalanced contracts and agreements going to be revealed with the Sword of Truth and the Judgment card again. It just doesn't end. It's not going to end. Contracts and agreements with the devil to steal. Wheel is turning. And I think with the balance and moderation, I don't think they're going to be able to spin it. It's not going to end well for them. Fools, fools, fools. Okay. Is Rockland County going to have its votes audited, recounted? What's going to, oh gosh, disappointment and death. emotional disappointment and something being brought to an end. Could be the reign of the wannabe emperor is brought to an end. Disappointment and the end. I mean, he's going to be gone before this plays out anyhow, but his legacy is just going to be absolute trash. I want to ask. So I get the feeling, yes, once they work through it all, Rockland County is going to be audited. Let's just have a look. Oh gosh, the false victory and the steal. Yeah, it's going to show that there was a steal, but are the figures, are the final result figures going to, is the audit figures going to match the, oh, you want those around the other way? Okay. Are the audit figures going to match the official figures? Right, the false victory. That's why they wanted it there, the false victory. Challenged by military. We've got here trying to spin or moderation, those that were involved in the past. Again, the contracts and agreements that were made going to be exposed. Same cards, different order. Manipulation, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana so far. Externally, the manipulation. Internally, finding themselves, they might find themselves arrested. Legal action coming forward. Something in the cup not being revealed. There's going to be some sort of agreement not yet revealed, which was the agreements about the steal and the smoke and mirrors and poor choices that were made, going to lead to a tower moment. You've got the orange twerp underneath, some sort of volatile information coming out, an announcement from the White House, some big emotional announcement. Here we've got looking at the options and out in the cold, those that benefited from this, the foolishness, desperately trying to keep it from being released, but I don't think they're going to be able to control the narrative on it. The fleeing card, the judgment card, the hopefully vascular card, but it could simply be treason. And as I said, I use that term loosely. It is treasonous action. It doesn't mean that legally it's treasonous. But I think these electors are going to find themselves in trouble. Okay, I'm just going to use the yes-no deck and ask that question again, because that's not telling me whether they're going to match. Next card was the 10 of Cups, which is the voter. You guys might be finding yourself going to the elections before you know it. Are the figures, if there's an audit done of Rockland County, no and no, are the audited figures going to match the official results? No and no, as I split the deck. No, they're not. I think there's been documents that have been no and no again. Believe it or not, there are yes cards in there. Here's one of them. Have there been have there been votes destroyed? Have there been votes destroyed or disposed of? Have there been votes that have been disposed of? No, 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 no. So I can't say votes have been disposed of. It's just no, no, no. But I don't think the audited figures are going to match the official final results. And the official final results between the state and the county don't match already. So, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Love to you all. Bye-bye.